What is sacred stone therapy? It is Ayurvedic bodywork, which uses heated sea stones and copious amounts of aromatic, medicated warm oils to smooth out tight muscles, increase blood flow, remove negative energy, alleviate vata, strengthen the chakras, provide deep penetrating heat, and sedate the central nervous system. It's simply decadent. The sweetness of life is renewed. Everyone who sees this treatment is captivated by the possibility of receiving such a treatment. As Paramahansa Yogananda once said, the emergence of nature, stones, metals, and so forth are the first symbols of God's beauty. Karen Chabot is the founder of Sacred Stone, a healing arts institute based on Ayurvedic principles. She is a licensed and nationally certified bodyworker and Ayurvedic practitioner. With 18 years of experience in the holistic health industry, she holds postgraduate diplomas from Universal Massage Therapeutics and the Ayurvedic Institute in New Mexico, as well as a bachelor's degree in holistic nutrition and health. Karen is a certified nutritionist, medical Thai therapist, Arya Yoga therapist, and fitness trainer. She's a member of the National Ayurvedic Medical Association and a continuing education provider of the NCB-TMB under Category A.
I'd like to introduce the stones and the equipment. This is an 18-quart turkey roaster. At the bottom of the roaster, I've lined it with a white towel. And I have the stones in a special order, always in the same position, so that it's easier and quicker when I go back and forth between the client and the roaster. The very back of the roaster, I keep my sacrum stone. This goes right under the tailbone.
I love when she spins the stones on my spine and then lays them strategically down my back. And a warm towel, it just knocks me out. It calms me. It's super.
The way Karen is able to manipulate the stones depending on your body's needs really helps the individual, especially myself, to come out of it feeling renewed, relaxed, and waiting for the next one.
So the first 5 or 7 minutes is the stone layout, the initial stone layout. And this guy is the grandpa stone, and he goes on the sacrum. Should be fairly thin. And I'll do the touch test with Michelle. Is this temperature okay? Before you apply warm stones to the face, this is a great position to start. And this gives you a chance to say warm stones are coming. So warm stones are coming, Michelle. I'm using the stones as extensions of my hands right now. And now I'm going to use the stones as tools. You grip the stone with your fingertips, and you can start moving and spinning the stones. And you should allow the stones to click if they want to click. It's really nice to have a gentle click at the chin and at the top of the forehead. I'm making sure that there's no dry spots, so when I apply the stones there won't be any speed bumps. And I'm just checking for the texture of the muscles and tissue. She's a little bit tight here in the forearms because she does a lot of healing work. I'm going to lift the arm up. This is a great technique. If you put the stone in your hand like this and then use the edge of it like this, you can get under the wings. It's just so nice. This is called the infinity dance, and if a stone is really, really warm, and this one is pretty warm, keep it moving fairly quickly or else it will burn your client. And I'm going to just slow it down in a minute until I feel like the heat from the stone is more acceptable to go slowly. Is that okay, Michelle? Can I go slower? Okay. So I'm making the sign of infinity. I'm turning at the fulcrums of the body, the hips and the shoulders. And I call it the dance because I really have to use my legs, put my weight so it's evenly distributed at the top of the move and at the bottom of the move. And then these points help brighten up the eyes. They bring some brightness to the eyes. And they also help relieve sinus congestion. I'm going to take hot stones to the right side of her body, and the white quartzite stones, they're cooling and they really feel like ice. They're smooth and beautiful. As soon as that starts to cool off, the stones start to cool off, apply them just under the shoulders. Now we're going to do contrast hydrotherapy. What the heated stones did was expand the vessels in the skin. Now these will constrict and contract. So Belinda, warm stones are coming. And by doing this vascular gymnastics back and forth, the skin becomes firm, a little pink and rosy, and it's very beautifying, tones the skin. So this will help with sinus congestion, laying them right over the sinuses. I've got the aquamarine. Aquamarine will help reduce puffiness in the eyes. Good. Now we have like a surface area that is like a stiction for the stones to be applied, the sinus stones. I'm going to use a warm stone on the third eye. Remember the application, you roll into the chakra. These two look really nice. They're nice and warm right on the sinuses. So we're going to begin the flow. Are you comfortable, Jacqueline? Okay. I usually ask my clients not to speak during the therapy. This is supposed to be a silent therapy. And we don't have any music. And I'm putting this little incense burner right in here to help with any noise if the oil drips to into the bottom of the pitcher. So we're going to begin the flow of oil. And I begin the flow center. You can begin anywhere really, but I'm going to begin center today and slowly move it to the third eye. By adjusting the valve, I've got the oil right where I want it to be, and now I'm going to move slowly at the pace an ant would walk across the forehead. Now I sense into my client, and if I feel that they're not relaxing, then I'll continue moving side to side. But if I sense they're really relaxed and let go, then I can hold it steady over the third eye. So that means this therapy is very intuitive. You need to be really tuned in to your client. And notice subtle nuances like the breathing patterns change, any twitching, if their eyes are blinking under the tissue, if their jaw's relaxed. Just have to really tune in to what's going on with your client. And notice I have two hands on the pot above me. Not one hand. You really need to have two hands because your energy is going into this as well, and you want your complete focus on the pot, on the client, on the temperature of the oil, on the pace that you're moving it, and you're also watching the pot inside to see when you need to change the oil again, because you never want to get to the place where there's no oil left and then there's a dripping phase and then you have to hurry and scurry to get more oil in. You really have to be aware of how much oil is in the pot. And if you feel the temperature isn't warm enough, then you can put cold stones or warm, well, you would put warm stones if the temperature wasn't warm enough, or you'd put cold stones to cool it down. And I'm going to make a C around the hairline to help disperse those negative electrical impulses that have accumulated from stress. And we all have them. It's really important to go slow. If you go too fast, you can cause someone to have a serious headache, and you cause more stress for them. And now I'm applying the steam tent. It's really light. It's not at all hard to pick up. It's easy to apply, as you can see. It stays on the table very easily. You don't need any straps or Velcro or anything. And that little steam pot there fits perfectly into the sleeve here of the steam tent. You want to adjust the steam tent a little bit, make sure that the steam can flow evenly into the tent. And then I'm pulling out her towel and I'm securing the edges so none of the steam will evaporate. You want to keep as much steam in there as possible. And I'm going to add some essential oil to her water here. This is probably grapefruit oil or lemon. You could use ylang ylang or any really nice oil, lavender. It's aromatherapy, and the water temperature is cool. And I'm dipping this cloth into this cool water bowl, and I'm going to squeeze it out and apply it to her face, because the face is a site of pitta. It's a site of fire in the body where you can heat the whole body up, but if the head gets too hot, it can become dangerous. So this is a really important place to keep cool. The face, and actually the genitals, and the place between the breasts at the heart and marma point in the center of the chest. Those three places are really critical to keep cool during any kind of hydrotherapy, thermotherapy, Svedana, steam therapy, any kind of sauna treatment. So I'll just keep reapplying the cool towel to her face every few minutes, and that is a white quartzite stone I have in my hand, and I'm applying that to the heart chakra in the center of the chest. The heart chakra is the seat of Saddaka Pitta, which regulates the heat in the heart. And I'm pressing my hands into the towel. It feels really good to put pressure there, gentle pressure, and I'm pressing some marma points on the face at the same time. And I'm telling her that I'll keep her probably in the tent between 10 and 15 minutes, and that she can tell me at any point if she gets too hot or uncomfortable. I can take the tent right off immediately and she'll get instant relief. You can see her face is rosy. She's starting to heat up. You want to watch the temperature of the face. Just keep your eyes on your client and your ears and stay tuned in and make sure she's never overheating. I'm spraying her face with